What's going on? It's Defensive Tactics Solution back at it again. We are out here at the range. We're doing the comparison between the Ruger Max 9, the first generation, and the Gen 2 that they just came out. We're going to go and put some rounds downrange. We're using the Ammo Inc. This is 115 grain ammo that we're shooting out of this. I'm going to shoot the Ruger Max 9. We're going to shoot at some steel plate rack. We're going to compare on the difference between the two pistols on how they shoot. Obviously, in the other video, we were talking about how, the difference, was the trigger, upgraded slide serrations. They changed the iron sights on this, and the newer model had extended slide lock release. But everything else was the same. Let's see how it shoots. I know I said the trigger was going to be a difference. The Gen 1 is running the Ruger Ready red dot on this, and it has fiber optic sights. So I'm going to shoot on the plates real quick. The control on this pistol, like I said, it was still snappy. I did upgrade the grips on it. One thing I didn't like about the Ready red dot is how big the dot is on here. We're going to shoot the Gen 2. The trigger, I want to see how big of a difference between the trigger on the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. I noticed when I was dry firing the Gen 2 that it did have a nicer trigger, that there was not as much of a take-up on the trigger than the Gen 1. The slide serrations is pretty nice on this. And let's see how it feels shooting it. I do like the feel of this pistol. The trigger is a lot nicer. Like I said, the take up on the trigger is a lot less. There's less travel than the Gen 1, and the reset on the trigger is a lot nicer. One thing is the big difference on this. Obviously, the optic is a lot nicer. The Siley dot on this is smaller, so it's easier to aim. And it seems like info witnesses pretty good with this pistol versus the Ready dot on this one. So I loaded up both mags. I'm going to shoot the Gen 1 on this plate rack, and you'll see how this shoots, or the accuracy on this, because the dot This is the Gen 2 that I'm shooting. Seeming like I was having a little bit of trouble on the alignment of that dot. Seems like there needs to be a little bit of adjustment on this dot. I do like both versions of this pistol. I don't know for me since I have just picked up this Gen 1 Max 9, I don't think I'm going to spend the $200 something for the upgraded model. It is a nice pocket pistol for the price. There is definitely tons of benefits to this. Obviously the trigger is really nice. The slide serration is pretty good, and the extended slide lock release. The downside that it is the sights are just a regular 3-dot, and the fact that it only comes with one mag with this, but that is due to the price. This one, the Gen 1, is quite a bit more, but you're getting the fiber optic sights, blacked out rear. The trigger's still not bad. So I would say if you're looking for a good, obviously, there is an improvement between the two pistols, and I think Ruger did a good job when they upgraded and actually gave you a little bit more, because you could always change the sights and get an extra mag. I think you can buy a 2-pack of these 12+1 mags, or a 2-pack. I think I paid about $43 to $45 for the two extra mags that I got. So you're gonna want to buy more mags anyways, but for a sub $300 gun that you're looking for a nice concealed pistol, I don't think you can go wrong with this pistol. There is a big 9-day difference between two pistols, obviously, and I think if you are looking for that price range of a pistol, the Ruger Max 9, the Gen 2, is a great investment. I wish I knew they were going to upgrade to that one. I would have probably went that way, but I don't think I'm going to buy a newer version of this model. But it is a great pistol. I think it's worth it. I could probably find aftermarket things for this to improve the trigger and make it better. Other than that, I think that's the only upgrade that I would do. The slide lock release isn't a big deal. Other than that, the grip on both sides, you can always improve the grip texturing on your pistol. So thank you for everything. We finally hit, I think we're right at 200 220, almost 230 on subscribers. I thank you guys all for the support. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button when it comes up to my channel. I will put a link to all the TikTok and IG on the bottom of the descriptions. And I want to thank Gundidi again for letting me borrow his Max 9 to do the comparison on this pistol. We just put, about 50 rounds through this. I think that was a good test to see, because I've already put a couple hundred rounds through this pistol. This is a everyday carry pistol that I have in my rotation now. I love the gun. I think for this pistol, it's good for that 20 yards encounter. Anything past 50 yards, it makes it tough to handle on these micro 9s. So I keep this in a rotation for when I'm out and about and when I go to the gym and stuff like that. It's a good concealed carry pistol that I put in my Safariland holster. Locks in perfect, and it does the job. One of the downfalls was that on the ready dot, it uses the light to make it how bright it is. So if it is dark or low light, it's going to be harder to see that dot. But since it co-witnesses with your fiber optic sights, you can see the fiber optic sights at night through the dot. So it's pretty good. Other than that, if you're looking for any of these pistols, they are worth the investment. Thank you, and hope you like the content, and we'll keep dropping videos, at least 2 videos a week, and we'll get back to you next time. Peace.